just do a sweeping pan?
Yes!
Yes, we do. Okay, great. Okay, guys, ready? My phone's about to die, so this will be. Oh, hello, me. Okay, here we go. Ready? So I'm gonna start here, and we're just gonna be like, yay. Okay. 3, 2, 5. Great. Thank you so much for the event. Good night. So first and foremost, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for coming and for making this all happen. I think that any of you as active members of this community that we've created together know how much it means to me and how constantly on the brink of tears I am. Especially tonight. How many people here were at that the first Housing Works event that was August 17th, I believe, almost 3 years ago? Anybody? Nobody? I said, you! Amanda! I also was there. Shocker. Okay, so somewhere between then and now, I lost a bunch of people. Or they came and they were like, yeah, I saw. Good. I bought the book. She's fine. So I guess, we're going to open this with the reading from the book itself. But I'm actually hoping that you guys will bear with me as I just kind of talk about basically the structure of the book. Reading from the book I did for the first time at a thing called LeakyCon, which was really awesome. But then also the first time I read the book out loud at all. And also I realized, oh my God, this is personal. It was just, you know what I mean? Like writing it being like, I'm publishing a book, time to tell my truth. Versus reading it to a room of people were two very different experiences. So I'm a little bit shy still, first time author, still getting used to that. So I'd rather just kind of walk you guys through the structure of the book and tell you about it. And then maybe next book around, I'll be like, chapter 7. So I'm just gonna stand real quick just so I can use my hands. And then also, thank you to Rosie for being here and cheers, my dear, cheers to everyone. If you're not drinking, buy a book. If you're drinking, buy more drinks. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I think I can lift this. But also engage in constant banter. So here we go. We're gonna do, oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh wait, I can sit. Oh, okay, never mind. So, you guys, look, I'm sitting. So, for those of you that don't have the copy in your hand, oh my God, well, this is like a really long question. Great. Okay, let's start with who do I think they would be. I would invite, probably, honestly, I'm gonna say Cleopatra. Nice. I'm gonna say Queen Elizabeth I. And then I'm gonna say Hillary Clinton. I'd love to meet her. And then somebody to like throw it off. We're all very political at this point. Yeah. All of history. Patrick Stewart. I feel like Patrick Stewart, oh man, I think he's my real dad. I don't even know. Like Jean-Luc Picard, literally, if I ever met Patrick Stewart, which is like a lifelong dream of mine, I would cease to function.
I'm gonna tell you a story later, off stage.
Oh, it's all good, right? It's good, I hope.
It's good.
Guys, that's the thing about, the more you get, wow, I'm closer to the thing, then you're like, oh my God, they're just a person. And they're like, no. So maybe I'll never meet Patrick Stewart.
People are weird.
You're your little...
Except you!
Yeah, exactly. But what would they eat and drink? No idea. I just am not good at food and drink at all. I mean...
That's good, very clean, nice. Go ahead.
I wanted to know if you ever plan to come to France.
Wonderful. The question is, she wants to know if I am planning to come to France. And the answer is oui. Je suis américaine. Je m'appelle Hannah Hart. J'habite Los Angeles. Je t'aime. But yeah, I'd love to go to France in life. I really would. I'd love to go. So yes, one day I hope so. In the immediate future, not at the most, but anything can happen. Right here. Yeah. Oh, whoa.
I'm trying to be made.
Yeah.
Well, we're in there
Great question. So the question is, were there any recipes I tried that turned out to be disgusting? Yeah. The one, and I'm sure you guys have probably heard this before, but I went on tour last year, and it was awesome and amazing, incredible. And thank you. Are there New York volunteers here? Anybody from New York who volunteers?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Blah, blah, blah. Thanks, guys. Did you guys get membership cards yet? You did? You got your membership cards? Yeah! Sorry. I'm just saying, guys, we're doing it. We're actually doing a cool volunteer thing. You want to get in on it. It's awesome.
You want to talk about food banks a little?
Food banks are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's your volunteer. Back there.
What made you decide you wanted to write a book more specifically like this?
Great question. They're all great questions. The question is, what made me decide that I wanted to write a book, more specifically this book? And when I say that writing a book was always like my lifelong daydream, like it was my daydream fantasy, I really mean that. Like I went to school and I went to school with the intention of doing mass communications. I was like, I need a job, I'm gonna need a job, I'll do advertising. I took exactly 2 weeks of a mass comm course. I was like, fuck this shit. This all is so obvious. Everyone in this room's an idiot. Sorry, to any mass comm majors, whoa. But just at my school, the mass comm courses were not interesting at all. And it was just stuff like, when you say words, people are advertised to. At least that was mass comm 101. Again, totally cool. Anyway, definitely like aliens. But I studied literature, and I grew up in a house filled with books, which was something, in later books that maybe have more words and like essays and stuff like that. This book is filled with words and essays, by the way. It's really, really good. Oh my god. I just grew up literally physically surrounded by books. And this was a couple years pre-internet. The internet like really came to be when I was like 5 or 6. So as a 5-year-old, with like pictures and words, and like we had those like, antique books that had the gold on the side, and when you opened them had it's just beautiful stuff. So writing a book always seemed like the pinnacle of achievement to me. And I know that now a lot of people write books as this like marketing tool to like further like gain any other media endeavors that you have. But I promise you that is not what writing a book has meant to me. And so it's just a culmination of a lifelong dream. And there were 3 iterations of this, by the way. Like this seemed like something, and I have a lot of ego going into it, and HarperCollins and ItBooks can attest to that. I didn't want my face on the cover of it. I was like, I just want like the words and the pictures to speak for themselves. And they're like, well, we'll put your face on the cover. And I'm like, oh. I know, well,
Look at how good this face picture is.
That's my old apartment. Robin took that picture. But then it was like kind of letting go of what I had like. When you are your own boss, you get like, it's sometimes good to just pull back. And so this book is an example of me listening and then speaking.
Yeah, but I'm also going to just, kind of subtly reiterate this point you were making about studying what you really love. And literature is a really good thing to love. I think no one's going to disagree. Yeah.
Well, that's what study we love, right?
Exactly.
How do you do your job?
All right here. Oh, it's good. Yeah, you.
Hey, I'm just wondering what your advice would be to someone that's currently in the entertainment industry that wants to like eventually parlay that into nonprofit and charity work.
Woof. So the question is, what would be your advice to someone who's in the entertainment industry who wants to parlay that into nonprofit and charity work? So for like, I would say that having a philanthropic arm to everything you do is like, you can do good things even if you're not in entertainment, which I think is obvious, but like, talking about that, it's kind of strange because for some reason when you work in entertainment, and I think that this is all speaks to like this new generation of entertainment that like, wow, you're right. That YouTube can't provide. There's this idea that like sometimes charity that you do in entertainment is like, oh, I guess I should do charity now because I'm so fucking successful. Better like do some good. I think that for me, as somebody who has this drunk labeled all over your brand as it stands right now, it was really hard to get into charity because people were like, what are you gonna do, come like drink in the food bank? Literally, Pearl Weibel, bless her heart, and so much thanks to her. Yeah, she's fucking killer. And she's the best. Was on the phone with food banks being like, hi, so, I represent a YouTuber named Hannah Hart, doesn't show both my represent, and we would love to bring about 200 people to your food bank. And they're like, oh, what? You know, and it's like, look, just let us volunteer. Literally, just let us volunteer. But anyway, I guess that the advice is do it because you want to. I mean, there's really no advice you can give. It's just start. Any work is good work if it's in service of another. Tipping, fuck, who cares? You know, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over this way. I feel like I've been ignoring you over here. Right here.
What's my favorite picture in the book? Oh shit. Hold on, Jessa. I guess I'm not rushing. I'm not gonna immediately flip to it, I promise. My favorite picture in the book would probably be this one over. I wonder how many of you
I
can
feel like
guess.
we need a little hold music.
I love this one. I know she's embarrassed to say this. I'm gonna say it. Sarah Whitehall did this picture. Just so you know, she's my manager. And she and I was like, okay. Yeah, now there's a whole recipe dedicated to it. What's up?
I guess aside from being an author now,
Yeah.
how do you feel knowing that you're an icon for people that are struggling with self-esteem, sexuality issues? 'Cause on your channel, you also address like different issues. How do you feel being that person? Knowing that people look up to you all the time for
Well, a lot like that. The question is, how do you feel being an icon for people dealing with sexuality, self-esteem, an array of issues, and being a role model? I guess it's like this. I think I would feel different if I didn't have a little sister. But I have a little sister who was born when I was 11. And for me, she saved my life. Because when I was 11 years old, and in the situation we were in, I just really had no purpose. And then suddenly this beautiful, perfect thing was born. Where all you had to do was like smile at it, and it smiled at you, and love it, and it loved you, and it just seemed so simple. So I project a lot of that into everything I do in my life because that's where I derive my purpose from. There's nothing that feels as good as helping someone else for me. So that's how I feel about it. / laying on the floor.
Ooh, over on that side. Yeah.
What was the hardest part about writing the book that you didn't expect to be hard before you wrote the book?
What was the hardest part about writing the book that I didn't expect to be hard before writing the book? Well, as someone who's always struggled with completing any task, literally any task. Quick anecdote, when I was in 5th grade, I remember this distinctly, I took a math test. No, it wasn't math, it was vocabulary. And at the end of the test, there was a line that said, if you're Hannah Hart, sign the page. And I skipped it. Because I was like, test, vocab, I know all the words, boop, and turned it in, because for me it was always like, and I'm finishing tests, doing the impossible, and I'm done. I did the test. And I got an F on it. It was like, 0 out of 10, it's a vocab quiz, you guys know what it was. And my teacher was like, do you get it? And I was like, no, that's stupid. No, what are you talking about? He was right though, ultimately. So, what was the hardest part about writing a book? I mean, it was really hard, I think that I had the tour and also filming a movie and also keeping up with the channel and also navigating all this Hollywood traditional entertainment attention that was suddenly, appearing, and writing a book. which I think like I had to accept that it wasn't going to be the process I thought it was going to be. Like I always envisioned that if I ever was fortunate enough to sell a book, I would immediately escape to a cabin in the woods. And I would have nothing but months and like jars of wine. Jars. And I'd be drinking and writing and I'd be like walking around with like no pants on, just like, I'm a writer! Cover myself in mud and shit, you know what I mean? But I wasn't, I was but none of that was true. Instead it was like 8 p.m. and I'd have to edit a video and then also work on my book. And I had to just accept that. I had to accept that those were the circumstances under which I would write my first book, and the emotional hurdle of I'm waiting for that other thing that I wanted this to be. It was just holding me back. So it was letting go of that I think was really useful, and it's taught me a lot about further projects in life.
I feel like there's a kind of, we have to make a cabin in the woods in the mind.
Dude, yeah.
That's what it comes to. But there was another you over here. You! Yeah, you!
Yeah, sweet shirt, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to choose one recipe out of your book to serve at your stream party, which one would it be?
Excellent question. The question was, if I had to choose one recipe out of the book to serve at my extremely political history time travel party, it would be... Excuse me, guys. I take a lot of care within answering the questions. It's funny, I was traveling around today and yesterday with my publicist, or the book's publicist actually, she's not mine, though I want to steal her, talking about the book. And, you know, she said to me, she was like, wow, you know, it's awesome when somebody really wrote the book and really cares about the book. And it didn't even cross my mind that wasn't a thing. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, duh. Excuse me, I have to look up a recipe for my book that I love. Anyway, sorry, just a little anecdote for you guys to know. I would serve snacks. I'd do Lunchables. You know, because I'd be like, guys, in the future, we eat all sorts of things. So I'd serve that.
Who doesn't love snacks? Okay, how about you right there?
Me?
Right next to the soup book, next to the row of books, yeah.
How did it feel to be able to get John Green to do your forward?
Have you all heard of John Green?
Hilarious. The question is, how did it feel to be able to get John Green to write the foreword for the book? So I've known John for 3 years. And John is a friend. And you know when your friend suddenly becomes incredibly famous? Like John, you know, like it's just so funny because like, you know, even in publishing and in Hollywood and all this stuff, I kept getting asked like, I'm sorry, like John, like the Fault in Our Stars, John Green? I was like, yeah, John Green, yeah, John Green. They're like, the real John Green? And I'm like, yeah, the real John Green, guys. So I feel very fortunate to be in good company, and that he is someone who has remained as authentic and honest a person as he has, despite while all this incredibly material like fame has been happening, that he would fight to be able to write the foreword to my book because he said he always would. And as somebody who's an incredibly famous author now, when you have lots of powers that be involved in your life, he had to have my back to even do that. So I feel grateful, is how it feels.
Yeah, and not just having your back, but believing in what you're doing.
I believe, yeah, you know, like,
it's great.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's a young lady here with a shirt that says Harto. What's that all about?
Yeah, cool shirt, by the
And I
way.
think she has a question.
Oh.
Good.
The question is, how does it feel to have author by your name? Fucking incredible. Just truly incredible. Truly incredible. Ooh, the question is, do I have any other big projects on the horizon? The answer is yes. I do have a very big project. Well, okay. So I wrote a screenplay And it's definitely going to be inclusive of the gays. Like also not the gays, and also like everybody, and I'll talk, trust me, next year it's gonna be like, movie. Yeah, so that's a big project that I'm very excited about. But honestly, the thing I'm excited most about is September. I'm excited to get home, and I have blocked out just doing the channel. And I know it's like great to like do all these like big things, but big things take a lot of time and energy, and the last thing I ever want to do is neglect the arena or neglect the people that brought me to where I am today. So this fall, Hannah goes on Tumblr all day. Huh? More baking? Fuck yeah! Oh my god, do you guys want, we should do an episode called My Drunk Kitchen, like High Hopes or something? And then we'll just like really bake.
Someone is really excited way back there. Yeah.
Hi, Hannah. I'm Karen. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Kate, nice to meet you.
So I know you do a lot of collabs. It goes well on your channel. I was wondering if you heard of the channel Hot Pepper Gaming. You're the most requested person right now to be on Hot Pepper Gaming.
Cool, I love
They
that.
love you. And yeah, just look them up on like YouTube and Twitter.
Take that down, Hot Pepper Gaming. Does it move? The question is, I've been doing a lot of collabs, have I ever collabed with Hot Pepper Gaming? And the answer is, I'll go home and look up Hot Pepper Gaming.
Yeah, they really want you to get Hot Pepper.
Awesome, dope, I love it.
And also, will you marry me?
Question, are we polygamously married right now? No?
I mean,
Well, you missed your boat. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding, ooh. No, totally kidding, yeah, we're married right now. I love you. I'll try and always do right by you.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of book launches.
You're gonna say weddings?
I've been to a lot of weddings too. Even some right here in Housing Works.
Yeah.
But the first proposal at a book launch I've heard, so that's kind of a small thing.
I gotta say
Hannah's
this.
like, I've got $1 million.
Oh, no, I gotta say this. So, can I say this?
Yeah.
Shannon told me something earlier, which is that her friends, a blogger, friends, that's what friendship is to me. A blogger who was given a advanced copy of the book for review was getting married, and they read a passage from the book at their wedding. Yeah. I like puke cried.
You know what? Speaking of weddings, there's a woman in white back there who has her hand. She's the bride tonight.
What up, girl?
So I think we're gonna ask her to ask a question.
Hi.
What part did Grace and Avery play in the process of writing this book?
The question is, what part did Grace and Mamrie play in the process of writing this book? Grace and Mamrie are like my two older sisters. I mean, we like make out and stuff. Grace and Mamrie are like my two older sisters. I very much have the cowed younger sister dynamic in that room. You know? I mean, we make out, lots of sexual tension, not at all like being like, what about, oh, just kidding. The part that they played was being my friend even though I couldn't go out that much. You know, it's like a friendship that's like contingent on you being available to like party and hang all the time is not a deep friendship. A friendship that's like, guys, I'm sorry, I just have to finish this thing. Then they're like, cool, totally got it, let us know what we can do to help. You know? So that's friendship to me. Yeah, I mean, we fuck!
See a headband. Headband right there. Hi.
Who was your favorite guest star that you had on the channel?
Ooh, good question. The question is, who's my favorite guest star that I've had on the channel? Well, recently, which is a testament to our closeness, I've had my sisters on the channel. I had my older sister Naomi in an episode called 30 Fun-Year-Old, which is just one of the best episodes in a long time. I mean, it's really good. So my sister just turned 31. And she was like, not that 31's like, but she was like, you don't have to.
We're all good.
Okay, cool. But like, she was like, 29's like getting older, 30's like whoop-de-doo, 31's like waiting for death.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So my older sister was on, and it was amazing, and it was the most fun. It was just a really excellent episode. And then my younger sister, Maggie, is diabetic. She has type 1 diabetes, which means that your pancreas don't work. Maggie likes to make such jokes as, we're a very jokey sister group. I'll be like, Maggie, you want some cake? Just kidding. And she'll be like, ableism. And she'll be like, my pancreas doesn't function. And I'm like, sorry, dude. Which is how we cope with like the weight of learning that this year. Yeah, so I guess my sisters have been probably like the most fun that I've had on the channel.
We've got time for just a couple more questions, I think. But I'm actually gonna, use my drunken privilege sitting right here up on the platform to ask one more while we're talking about desserts.
Yeah.
Talk about Jamie Oliver and Spotted Dick.
So, here's the scoop. Jamie Oliver is like a real person.
No!
Yeah, turns out. So Jamie Oliver is a very well-known and respected chef from Britain. And he is, the founder, and he's an incredible, he's a person who didn't aim to achieve fame, that turned it into something good. I really respect Jamie Oliver in a lot of ways. From like his culinary school, like he employs people, he takes them off the street or like in underprivileged areas and helps them learn how to have a craft, or learn how to have a passion, or realize that they can, which is something that I don't think I think we take for granted when we have options, how amazing it is to have choices and have options, So cooking with him was wonderful, and he's a very busy, hard worker. And I think that people assume when you get to this like certain level of renown, there are some people that take fame and bask in it and turn into total fuckwads. Like, truly, and we see that
Not naming names,
but like they end up in the news. They like sleep with people in Brazil, like whatever. Like, they're just morons. And it's unfortunate because that becomes what people envision fame to be. Right. But there are people like Jamie Oliver who has the next 3 years of his life, literally the next 3 years of his life, booked to the day.
Yeah.
Booked to the day. And your life becomes a life of giving. It becomes a life of, it is performance. It is
and work.
Work. It's work. That's the difference. You know the difference between professional and amateur?
Yeah.
Well, what they say, wow. What they say is that an amateur views it as like passion and privilege, and a professional views it as work.
Work is the thing.
Work. Yeah.
That's always true.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Oh, like way in that corner in pink dye
I would
over
say
there.
that's
Go on.
salmon. That's definitely salmon.
Salmon. Sockeye.
Classic.
If you and Mamrie got married, who would take whose name?
Oh, God, I picked her.
Our children.
Aww.
Guys, you want to know something funny? Oh, sorry.
Oh, come on, tell us something funny.
Okay, no, it's not that funny.
Okay, next question.
No, I'll tell you guys the video. It's not that.
How about you?
Hi.
Hey. Hi. Okay. It's what you.
You seem to be working, planning, and traveling all the time. Do you strategically plan your breaks, or you just kind of grab what you can get?
Sometimes I feel like I'm awake, but then I'm skipping frames. So that's when I take a break. Like literally, and it's
Kind of funny. Oh, I turned
What?
it's a sign I turned off my mic. But I try. So vacations aren't something. I'm running a business, and the small business I produce is entertainment. And when you're running a startup, you work 365 days a year. Like holiday season is work season for me, because I'm like, what's the best way I can like talk about holidays? Like, what can I do? So a 2-week vacation is not on my trajectory. It's not going to happen. because I have to constantly produce things to maintain my lifestyle, or life, and livelihood. So I have made it a priority now to take at least 4 days off of Twitter. And that's, I'll just go off the grid for like 3 days. So like every season, take 3 days and just not even really bring my phone, and just be like, I'm alive, I'm a person. So that's like my strategy right now.
I think that's a sound strategy. And you know what? Hannah's going to be signing copies of this brand new book. And she'll be able to talk to more of you when you're getting your book signed. And unfortunately, we have to wrap up this fun part of the evening.
Well, I'd like to, everybody, I would love for us to give a big round of applause to this amazing.
Great pleasure. Thank you. Really, so much fun. What a treat for me. What a treat for me to meet people under 40 every now and then. I love it. You're really great. Thank you.
So much life.
So much life. It's fantastic. But no, it's been my pleasure. I love the book. I love the videos. You're conquering the world, and I support that.
We're doing it.
And thank you all so much for coming. And
Thank you, Housing Works.
Thank you, fantastic Housing Works. And speaking of great volunteering opportunities, I know Amanda mentioned it a little, but Housing Works ain't a bad organization to volunteer for either. And thank you all so much for coming, and let's give one big, huge, adoring round of applause.
Did you finish the bottle?
We're all really good at following instructions.
So the signing is going to be, there's tables over in our kids section, which is up by the register. As I mentioned earlier, our Meryl is over here who will help you guys figure out how to get in line.